Okay, this is something I want to talk about because well, I'm conceiving of it. This is my idea of how do we save the comic book industry here in America. And so now we got different types of books here. Like I just bought this Archie book and I don't read Archie. This is for the demonstration. Now look, we got some floppies of various quality. Now this is these are for free comic book day, as you can see. But if you could feel the page in here, this is a gloss page, high quality, right? This is a lesser quality. It's not so gloss. It's like one grade down, and it's like the cover is the same grade as the pages. You know, this is higher. Now the cover and the pages same grade right here. Okay. Now we go here. Now this is almost a card stock, the cover, and then even the pages. Okay, it's similar to the grade of the Conan book, and this is from a local creator here in Duluth, Jesse. Big ups to Jesse. I'm gonna tag you when I post it on Facebook. And so, he let me share a space. He went to Collectors Connection. He had a setup, the table, and they allowed me to share a space last minute, and put up some books. Thank you, much respect, much love. Jesse and Paul. Yes, I think it is. It's been a while. I apologize if I'm wrong. We're going to find out. I'm going to tag both of you guys in this video. But this is my idea on saving the comic book industry. Now look, this is what we got over here. Now, we got this Invincible. This is the interesting thing. And this is telling me that somebody's thinking in the right direction, right? Because this isn't the normal size trade for Invincible. Now, see, these are my books. These are my old books, Donnie Frank, Chain Gun. These are manga style books, and that's the quality of the paper. Not quite newsprint, pretty close, like the feel of a page of a prose book. And then you got the cover is of a higher stock, right? And see, this is my new book series, kind of a similar thing, and you can see the details in there, even though it's black and white. This is it's kind of like the grade of paper you would see in the pro book for regular books. Not quite newsprint. Now we get into this Invincible. You see, it's close in size, almost to the manga size. It's pretty close, but the stock, okay, the grade of the page is closer to these floppies over here. So now we're talking about the grade of the page and the covers because that's the cost of printing. Now look, now here we go over here. We got the trades, okay? So how it works in America versus, in Japan or Korea. Now the trade, they got the higher gloss and, the cover. Now this is almost a card stock. This Battle Chasers, that's card stock, and then you got the gloss grade page, right? So how it works here, you get 5 or 6 floppies, you put them together, and then you get the collection. We call them trade paperbacks. Now, this is where Archie comes in. I suggest, to save the American comic book industry, we need to abandon us and subvert the collector's market. The collector's market has been exploiting the creative comic book industry for its entire conception, and it's just destroying the industry, and publishers are taking advantage of it, and they just bleed the consumer dry. Now this Archie book is the lowest quality, but you can see the colors, how good the colors are in the book. And this is damn near newsprint. And it's a glossy cover, but it's still a lower grade than all of these. It's kind of like the feel of if you got a crossword puzzle book. But you can see the quality of the colors, even though it's not super stylistic, Arcane Comics. If you look up Arcane Comics, I don't know if they're still around, but he did his books on newsprint. And he did the fancy colors like this, and he didn't lose any quality of image, even though he used a lower quality of page, and that brings down the cost of printing. So I want to go inside I think we should go in between an American and Japanese model and do away with floppies. They're too expensive to make. You don't get enough bang for your buck. $7, $8, $10 for a floppy is ridiculous. When you can pay, bring the price on these down, make it a collection like these, and you're going to have like 5 issues in here, but bring it to this quality, $10, full color, and you can put these things in stores. I got this out of a grocery store on the magazine rack, and that's where your book should be, even though you can still go to comic shops. And we just lean into the graphic novel industry and just get rid of the floppies, because a lot of comic book shops they're ordering less and less, and their comic books are disappearing, and they're turning into game specialty stores where kids are gaming, tabletop gaming, and they're playing card games, Pokemon, World of Warcraft, things of that nature. And so that's what's happening to comic book shops. And then comic book shops are starting to sell food and coffee and stuff. So we want to lean into the graphic novels, but bring the quality down so that it's affordable. It should be so affordable. Like, this is $10. This isn't worth $10. This is worth $6.99, right? So if you could bring your quality down, charge $6.99 for this, like the quality of image will still be high. So it will look like you want it to look. The feel will be lower. The quality of feel will be lower, but that brings the price down. So much so that when someone comes across your book in the store, in a comic book shop, in the grocery store, in Walmart, on the magazine rack, the price will be so low, they have no choice but to buy it. It shouldn't be. We need to get out this stage of you go to a comic book shop, or you go wherever you're getting your comics from physically, and it's like a debate on should I get it. Like, you see it, you like it, but it's a floppy, it costs too much. It's a trade, and it costs too much because it goes into the quality. And artists still make money because you'll move twice as many units. We're moving so little units in American comics now. Everything that's moving is really manga books. And they figured it out. They took the color out. They got it black and white. And they got that quality level that's lower. And they charge $10, and they're selling buku books, especially when you got that quality in there. That's kind of, I'm going to do a continuation on this, but this is kind of what I think about American comics. That's the direction we should move in. So I got the volume series. I got 3 different titles in here. It's black and white. So now once I get to volume 5, that's 3 titles. Volume 5 will give me 5 chapters for all 3 titles. They're going to split into full color books of this quality, of this size, with this kind of cardstock cover, but then close to, not exactly, but close to the newsprint quality, but it's still going to have the quality of image, and it's going to be full color. And that's the direction I think we all should move into. We should flip the market, and everybody start doing that. Even if you got to just produce it on Amazon, you're an independent creator, move away from the floppy. Do graphic novels, make them full color, and sell them like that. Make them $10, even $15 if you got a new deal with shipping or something like that. Maybe even go $20. But pad it, put some extras in the back, maybe some making of, throw some letters back there, maybe some comments from fans, like the whole newsletter situation. Put it in the back of the book. Throw some sketches back there. Do some alternate images and covers and put them in the back of your book. Really pad it if you're going to do like $20. But we need to bring down the cost of purchase. And then you bring down the cost of purchase, you're gonna move more, like you're gonna surpass more than you would make by raising the price. Cause you're raising the price, people gonna, people will mess with you. You seen on Kickstarter, some people have raised millions of dollars doing comics of that high quality, and they selling them on Kickstarter like $30 a pop for a trade that's not even fully a collection of 5 issues. Sometimes it's just 2 issues, but they got that high quality, super, super high quality, where every page is damn near gloss card stock, and people are just paying for the material of the book. They're not paying for the quality of story or the quality of art or the quality of image. We're going to keep the quality of image, the quality of a story, the quality of art. We're going to bring down the quality of material so that it's more affordable to print, more affordable to ship, more affordable to buy. And then when you make the purchase easier for customers, then we could start moving those higher units again. Then you can start getting into the tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands, maybe the millions of sales, because you bring down the quality, it's more accessible. And also bring down the content. I'm not saying make it kiddie, but we are a little too gratuitous with the violence and the sexual nature of stuff that's going in comic books and graphic novels. You're excluding a lot of younger readers, you're excluding a lot of female readers, you're excluding a lot of child readers. So you can still have the action. You can still allude to things, but mature doesn't mean TNA. Mature means mature themes. It don't mean cursing and bad language and blood and gore. Mature means making the audience use their mind, making them think about concepts, forcing the audience to ask questions, asking questions of the audience, and getting them engaged in the story and the narratives and the concepts of the things that you're producing from your imagination. So we got to get more sophisticated with the stories, bring down the quality of material while maintaining quality of image and quality of narrative. So that's my little spiel about fixing the comic book industry in America. If we did that, moved into the graphic novel market, stepped away from the floppies, just do away with floppies. They're slowly dying. It's really just an older demographic of male, plus the publishing industry that's milking the collectors market, that's exploiting the customers, that's really keeping floppies alive. That's the only thing keeping floppies alive, is that Marvel and DC plus the distributor are just exploiting comic book shops and exploiting customers with the collectors market. And they're making all these different covers. They make 50 different covers for one book, a new #1 of X-Men, Spider-Man, Superman, and that's the only way they're making their money. If we're doing independent books, move in this direction. If you can make a book almost this size with this quality of material, but this quality of image, and it's possible. Don't think that lower quality of paper stock won't hold this quality of imagery. It will. It will. It will hold these colors. It will hold this quality of imagery. You could put these images on this stock. These images can go on this stock of paper, and it'll look just as good. Matter of fact, the color gradient and the way he draws and the shading and the detail and the style of the way James Herron draws is perfect for this quality of material. I've seen it. It's possible. That's the move we need to make. That's the 2 cents from the Mad King. That's my crazy mind working. Let's get it done.